Hey, I'm David Cross, and I'm the second vice chair for the Georgia GOP. Lately, I've had a few people asking me, why I've been so quiet and haven't been out there, in the limelight. And they want to know, am I still working? Am I still trying to get things done? And the answer is definitely yes. So let me catch you up on what's been going on this year. So late last year, I started a data miners group in order to start doing evaluations in the voter rolls. So we started working on that. I met with Brad Carver in early January to begin work on a legislative plan so that we could develop new rules and new laws for the legislative session. Went down to the Capitol several times then. Then I had to defend myself against people that were trying to kick me out of the Georgia GOP, and had hatched a little plan there because of the fact that I'm very critical of Governor Kemp, or had been very critical of Governor Kemp. Had to defend myself against defamation and lies about me by someone on the Georgia coast. I won't mention names because some people just absolutely crave attention. Fortunately, my friends came to the rescue and set the record straight. I was trying to acquire voter rolls from the Georgia GOP and from the Secretary of State so that we could actually include this in our data mining efforts, because we needed to have lots of comparisons going on in the voter rolls. I was doing insurance continuing education. I've got to make sure that my licenses are up to speed. I drove to St. Simon's Island with BKP to attend the Georgia GOP statewide committee meeting, or the state committee meeting. Met patriots down there and met some new friends. Got a chance to spend some time with my friend Jeff down there. Had lunch with Josh McCoon in February at 6 Feet Under to quote, bury the hatchet and strategize on how we could activate volunteers and be as effective as possible with the legislative session. I was attending plenty of events to help raise money for the alternate electors. I participated in Zoom calls with patriots in Georgia, the rest of the United States, and even New Zealand. I have a friend there that's helping us with investigations and looking into irregularities and what's going on. I took those irregularities and I wrote up complaints for the state election board. I've been running my financial advisory business, trying to help clients, because honestly, if you can't put food on the table, then we've got no time and there's no money and no resources in order to do what I'm doing with the Georgia GOP and with election stuff. I've been going on numerous podcasts and shows to share the election fraud evidence, made videos to get out there to help people understand what's going on. I had to do my continuing education for my certified divorce financial analyst certification, because got to keep those certifications up. I was investigating the Corp versus the Inc. situation, and I agree, it's an issue. I've been trying to have it addressed. I've been doing everything I can short of standing on my head and lighting myself on fire. And then later on, I had to defend myself against the very people that had brought it to me because they think I wasn't doing enough, and because I wasn't doing enough, I must be a Kemper. So go figure. Took numerous trips to the Capitol to talk with legislators on bills for election security. Went down there so many times I kind of forgot how many times I was down there. I've been going to the state election board meetings to listen and to also present our evidence and participate in public comment. I've been fielding calls from people who want to help elect Trump. I've been meeting with groups like the Berkeley Lake Patriots and driving to North Georgia, to places like Conservative Grounds, to help people understand what they can do to help get their local candidates elected, because all politics is local. We've got to start, in our own backyards. But I'm also, like I said, been presenting to a lot of different groups, doing the podcast and showing, the maladministration that we've had that's gone on with our elections and how we can, potentially fix it. We're working on a tool, began working on a tool as part of this data miners group that made it so that we can create a map of your precinct, and we can drill into your neighborhood and find out, where all the swing voters are. And for the uninitiated, a swing voter is somebody who is registered to vote, but they don't typically participate in voting. So we're trying to get those people out there. And you would be surprised, in DeKalb County, Gwinnett County, Fulton County, there are a ton of them out there. And there's a lot of these counties. There's a lot of candidates that are out there that are running in what have traditionally been Democrat-dominated districts, where they could totally win if they can actually reach out and hit the right people and get the right message to the swing voters out there. Let's see, what else? But that tool has been very helpful to Republican candidates, at least the ones that want to use it. And I've tried to get it out there, and I've even, I'm sending emails to different Republican candidates and just saying, hey, we've got tools, we've got resources. I want to try and help you. All right. I've also was studying for the Certified Financial Planners program because I got to keep those. I got to keep the education going as much as possible. Early this year, we went to Columbus for the state convention and got a chance to meet with some fantastic people down there and visit a friend's lake house out there that's been in his family for a long time and understand what's going on, behind the scenes with, all over the state. It's been fantastic. I did take a couple days off in June, around the time of our anniversary, and I got to stay, and Sean and I got to stay at BKP's mom's house in Englewood, Florida. Thank you, BKP, and thank you, Mrs. Pritchard. While I was there, I was calling on congressmen and congresswomen about the holes in the election system while I was on vacation. Did I get any kind of responses from them? I got a lot of interested people, like the interns saying, we'll call you back, we promise. They never call back, all right? Also, coordinating with Kevin Mockla, Harry McDougall, Joe Rossi, Carlin Favorito, Mad Liberals, and others to inform the state election board about Fulton County's failures in the election process and to hold them accountable. Then I began working on rewriting the state election board rules. I got some pushback on those rules and got some guidance on how to rewrite them. I rewrote them. That takes a fair amount of time. I presented the rewritten rules and got both passed that I was working on, and one of them was passed 5-0. And Kevin Mockla called me and said, that's like getting a touchdown in the Super Bowl when you get a 5-0 vote. Later, just recently, I was accused of pulling the plug on the Georgia Nerds. And what you need to know is I had nothing to do with that. I didn't even know the plug had been pulled, and my job was to simply go in and try to repair the relationship and get the data turned back on. It took a little bit of doing, but it did get done. And just for anybody that wants to know, all I did was try to be like the ambassador, to try and resolve the conflict that I got thrown into, all while trying to run my investment management financial planning business, which, as I said before, if you don't put the meat on the table or put dinner on the table, then none of this is happening. All right. I also had to defend a very dear friend from people who were suspicious of a Muslim who is a huge Trump fan, that's knocking on more doors than anybody that I know. And why people are so suspicious, I don't know. So that was kind of crazy. And I was told, well, we're suspicious of this person because this person doesn't have very much social media. Well, my wife doesn't have any social media. It's just me, right? So, y'all got to think, when things are going out there, right? Let's say I've been working on my precinct to help get the vote out, walking up and down my street, handing out my Trump flyers, like you should too. I've been speaking with minority groups on the importance of voting. I met with a Chinese group recently, and I also met with an Indian and Pakistani group. We discovered a back door into the Fulton County election management server that we're trying to work on, a new SCB complaint for that, and to also try and make sure that we are secure for the 2024 election. We hosted a garden party to bring together fellow Trump supporters, clients, and what I call tribe members, people who are supporters of my work. And, and it's been fantastic that our client base has grown by people that are excited about the work that we're all doing together. I've also been working to try and find attorneys to help with election challenges. Right now, I'm told that there's a list of 500, and doesn't that sound fantastic? 500 attorneys. But my understanding is it's just a list, and if your name is on a list and you don't know that you're on the list and you haven't been contacted, then you're just name on the list, and you don't know what the expectations and what your resources are and what's going on there. So I've been working to find some more attorneys to work on that. I've been working to make people aware of the Votify Now, the Votify Now app that helps you so that if you see something that's going on, with the elections, that you can report it. And I'll be able to see it on a real-time dashboard along with the attorneys that we've got, and we'll be able to address these things immediately. I was coordinated with Trump 47, team and going to events there. I was just up at Chateau Hollande for that event. I think some of the folks that are watching this were probably on there. Been talking with Trump insiders about the ways that they need to defend against the steal in Georgia. And I'm now helping organize a fundraiser on this coming Thursday for my House rep with an Indian and Pakistani community, so that we can raise some money for my House rep. So I'm sure I left some things off, but those are just the things that are off the top of my head that I've been working on. I'm not the kind of person that's going out there and doing like a lot of selfies and taking pictures and, documenting where I'm at and that kind of thing. I'm frequently on the telephone at 7:30 in the morning, and sometimes don't get off the phone until 10 o'clock at night. And even this morning, Sunday morning, for 2 hours, working on generating a walk list for candidates that are having a hard time in their Democrat-dominated districts. So listen, we're at 11 minutes, on what was supposed to be a very brief video about what I've been up to, but now you know. And if you have any questions, you can click the link below. You can call me on my cell phone, 678-925-6983, or you can email me at david.cross@us-am.com or dcross108@protonmail.com. Thanks for watching, and let's go win.